Hi there, and welcome to the Word Rank Survey. First thing I want to do is say hello and thank you, and give you a little background information. My name is James May, and I've been working on this project now for a while. What has happened is over the last couple semesters, 10 EAP teachers were asked to rank about 2,500 different words. Those words covered 5 different categories: concepts or rules of English, people, places, proverbs, and idioms. That list was narrowed down to the top 100 people, places, proverbs, and idioms, and rules of English that you need to know as a student entering your freshman year of college. What we would like to do is know now what you as students already know. In other words, your assignment is going to be to rank your knowledge of the top 100 of each of these 5 categories. Now, each of these 5 categories has 100 words. Your job will be to rank each of those 100 words. On average, it takes students between 7 and 10 minutes for each category. And so this entire assignment is going to take you somewhere between 35 minutes and 55 minutes. Now, let's take a look at how this works. You're going to be asked to take a survey, and in the survey, let's say for example you were taking the survey on the conventions or the rules of English. You might be asked to rate the word object or object. When you see the word object, you might immediately think, oh well, in a court of law they say, oh, I object. But is that really a rule or a convention of English? No. And so what does the word object mean in English? Well, you may have heard of subjects and objects. Oh, so I have heard of this. Okay, I've heard of it, but how much do I know about it? These are the 5 things that you're going to be asked to rank. I've either never heard of the word, which is what this says here, I've never heard of the concept, or I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it. I've heard of it, and I know a little bit about it. I've heard it, and I know a few things about it, or some things about it. And I know so much about it, I'm ready to get up and teach it right now. You're being asked, to the best of your knowledge, how much do you know? Now remember, you're not being graded on how much you know. You're just being asked your honest opinion. You're going to be given an email or a link to a page that looks just like this. And that information is going to have the 5 different surveys. Your job will be simply to click on one of the surveys. Now, when you go to take a survey, it's going to ask for your name, your first name, and your last name. I'll be using that information to inform your teachers that you took the survey. You won't have to tell me what level you're in because everybody's in level 6. But you will have to tell me what teacher you're in. Now, depending on which survey you click on, you may be asked questions about people. For example, this is Bin Laden Osama. Well, have you ever heard of that person? If you have, you can't click here on one because you've heard of the person. But have you heard of the person and you know nothing about him? Or do you know so much that you're willing to stand up in class and teach about that person? How much do you know about Osama bin Laden? Or George Bush W. versus George Bush HW? Is that the same? Are they different? Your survey will go pretty quickly once you understand how it works, and when you're done with the survey, all you have to do is click on the button Submit. Once I have about 100 surveys from students, I'll be able to accurately identify what concepts students know and don't know, and help to develop materials that can be given freely to you. Thank you very much for your help, and I look forward to hearing your responses.